That's what compressors do. When you plug it in, a compressor will make your guitar sound like that when you plug it in. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Basically waiting for people to come on in, so I'm getting myself ready for that. Okay, let's move this over here. The wall of guitars back there. Yep, and you got the wall of amps back here. You got the wall of guitars that way, you got the amps back here. There you go. You got the amps back there. Then you got the guitars back there. Okay. Sup, bro? Thanks for the compliments. I will be playing a bunch of my stuff today. Thanks for complimenting and all that nonsense. No, I'm not really a huge Queen fan, but I do know some Led Zeppelin songs, if you know that band, which is, I think this is the Immigrant song, I'm not so sure, but it goes something like this. It goes something like that. But this is going to be a song. I'm just going to do a bunch of made-up, make-believe songs that I created. So, please, like and comment, subscribe, and all that nonsense. Give me a heart or two, man. Helps me out. I'm doing great, by the way. It won't be long. It'll be fall. The year is just going bye-bye so quickly. But here we go. This is a song by me called Into the Sky. Can't get away from my selfish needs, 'cause I'm taking it all in right now. I never needed to have any guess. I never needed your permission. I never had to ask for much. I just needed a light above to keep it going. I never needed you very much. I needed someone else beside you. You always helped me out in the way I didn't need much on. Never had a chance to tell you goodbye when you left. I never had a chance to say goodbye when you left. I never take away your heart from a book. The pain I made, I guess it's get away from. Everything inside of me energizes when you come to me. Everything inside of me seems to cease to exist, 'cause I gotta head up into the light, 'cause it helps me get myself through. Yeah. Don't know when it'll take every now and then. Everything inside of me energizes into the light. Not bad. That was not bad. That was not bad. The roaches are moshing.
Reminds me of Deftones a little. Thanks. I try to do very similar to. I have a hard time choosing which band it is, but I have a lot of inspiration from Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit, and some of Chevelle, and there's a few other heavier metal bands, but a lot of my inspiration comes from Randy Rhoads, which you not kid you not. Do you know how to play the male organ? That's one instrument I've always wanted to play. I wish I did, but no, I do not. You should get a vocal coach or help you make you famous. Yes, I think I should. And the roaches are moshing. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Reminds me of something that what's that band? Papa Roach would say. All right. Thanks for joining. This is a new song by me, by the way, if you're interested. Everything I say, everything I can't seem to get out, everything I know, it doesn't seem to be so easily confused. Everything in my way I seem to push aside. Things I need to know and things that I already do. It's not myself, it's only you. Everything I seem to ignore, everything I don't understand well, everything I'm still trying to move on. Inside of me, I look towards you. I see the evidence written across you. The life I've had before, the time I needed to bear. Everything inside of me has changed dramatically. I wish you would tell me now. I wish you would be honest. The time I had, the need I need.
change everything I know. I don't care everything you say, everything I say. I know. Alrighty, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some Limp Bizkit. You like Limp Bizkit? Here's a song by Limp Bizkit. Break stuff, because why? You gotta break stuff.
That's it, that says. I'll bet.
But that was a good song by Limp Bizkit, but this is my all-time favorite. This song right here is called My Way. Are you ready? This is the isolated guitar, so this is only what the Wes Borland sounds like from the, and this is as close as I can get to his sound, so sorry if it's not perfect, but when you have limited gear options, you kinda, it is what it is. So, this is, My Way by Limp Bizkit. Step higher tune than he is. Please give me a like and subscribe Limp Bizkit. Thanks for watching.
Let me see what this new person is in. I don't understand his language. Sorry about that. I wish I understood your language, but I don't, so I can't quite talk to you. But
Hey man, if you subscribe, that's all that matters.
all right, so next person. This is going to be Vivian Campbell from Dio. If you ever heard of them, this is
A song by them called. What is the song going to be? You know what it's going to be? It's going to be Don't Talk to Strangers. Are you ready? This song is going to be Rainbow in the Dark. Are you ready? Prepare to get scary. Now we're going to do some Motley Crue. You like Motley Crue? The guitarist for Motley Crue is Mick Mars. Are you ready? Here we go. This is their most recognizable song of all time. This comes from the Dr. Feelgood album. Hold on one second. That was bad. Let me redo that. Oh. No. good one. That's a good one. Mötley Crüe kicked butt on that song. Alright, before I leave for today, we're going to do one more awesome song. And you know what it's going to be? I've been all about Rush, the band Rush lately. If you know that band, give me a thumbs up, a like, and a comment. But I've been all over that band lately, and one of my all-time favorite songs by that band is, man, that's a hard one to choose a favorite. I don't know. We're just gonna play. We're just gonna play a song. This song right here is I need to change guitars real quick because I don't. When I have to play that song tuned down, which this one's tuned down to B standard. This one's gonna be tuned to standard. So I have to have lots of axes. It's very helpful. So you gotta plug this cable back in here. And we're gonna play Limelight. Are you ready? This is a song by Rush. The name of this song is called Limelight. It's one of Alex Lifeson's favorite songs, based on an interview I watched, according to him. So this is Limelight. You ready? Give it a like, give it a subscribe, and comment down below if you are enjoying this. Yep, and that was the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe like you have already. I appreciate all of y'all's efforts and fortitude, and thanks for that. What did you think about my overall guitar playing for today? I wanted to not make this video too long. 40 minutes is a little long, but it gives people plenty of time to come in and exit and all that. So, thanks for watching. Let me kind of show you right before I end what I was using today for the overall guitar sound, and we will end this video. So this large Marshall amp right here, let me turn y'all this way. That large Marshall amp was not being used. It was actually this PA system. That was all coming through that. Pretty awesome. But these are the guitars that I use today. This guitar likes to not stay in tune, but it's okay when the bridge is level. When the bridge is level. See how it's flush up against the body? Yeah, it's okay tuning when it's workable when it's that way. And then it's this guitar right here. That one's tuned to D standard. This one's tuned to standard tuning. So this guitar is a whole step tuned higher than this one. But that's basically my deal. We installed a ceiling fan today, so yeah, it's a little bit different lighting in here. But thanks for watching my videos. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video if you have the ability to. And until then, Justin out. See you on the other side.